And I feel extremely bad for Michigan fans because right when you reach the top, right when you reach the pinnacle, it all starts crashing down. It sucks, but like we say on this channel, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all are staying warm out there because it's about to be cold for a large majority of the people in the United States. It's going to be very cold, but that is besides the point. We got to talk about the breaking news and a developing story that has just came out, and it involves no other than Jim Harbaugh. Let me catch you up to speed on things because there's a lot of things that led up until this current point in time to where we are today. We all know this or should know this. For those of you that don't know, the NCAA and Jim Harbaugh, let's just say they're not the bestest of friends. The NCAA has been at Jim Harbaugh's neck the past 2, 3, 4 years, and the final straw to me wasn't even this Connor Stallion situation. No. The final straw was that Cheeseburger Incident. Actually, hold on. Now that I think about it, no. It wasn't even a cheeseburger. It didn't have cheese on it. It was just a hamburger. If you don't know what happened there, I'll make a long story short. And yet again, this is before the Connor Stallions incident. A recruit came up to Michigan and Jim Harbaugh bought him a hamburger and the NCAA went after him for it. I want y'all to think about that, right? We're not talking about Jim Harbaugh gave him a couple $1,000s. No. We're talking about a $5 hamburger. Didn't even have cheese. Don't even get me started on that. And some people would say, well, Matt, technically, he broke the rules. And I understand that. But sometimes in this life, I feel like you got to turn the blind eye, and there's definitely exceptions. It was nothing more, nothing less than Jim Harbaugh was like, hey, you hungry? And the kid was like, yeah, sure. And he probably didn't even think twice about it. He just bought the kid a hamburger with his meal. But the NCAA was like, oh, no, can't have that. That's breaking the rules. Meanwhile, you got Miami giving kids literally millions of dollars, but different conversation for a different day. It's okay to give a kid a couple $1,000,000 if you can do it through the quote-unquote NIL and boosters in the loophole, but you can't buy a recruit a hamburger. I want y'all to think about that. Anyways, we're getting a little sidetracked here. That happened. The NCAA, they're watching them like a hawk. They were target. I don't care. And y'all know I have no reason to vouch for Michigan and Jim Harbaugh. And I'm telling you this is as unbiased as it gets. They've been targeting Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. They have. You want to talk about preying on somebody's downfall? That's what they've been doing with Michigan. And as a person who isn't even affiliated with Michigan whatsoever, it has pissed me off and it's annoyed me to the max. I don't even know how Jim Harbaugh's lasted that long there because it's BS. He can't even focus on football. That's how bad it's been. He's got to focus about all this other crap going on, and it's stressful and, like I said, annoying. And then most recently, you got the whole thing with Connor Stallions going on. Not talking about that. You know what went down there. And then Michigan, they win a championship. Everything seems all fine and dandy. But yesterday, the breaking news came out that J.J. McCarthy, their starting quarterback, he's leaving. He's going to the NFL draft. And I'm not going to show you the video clip. I'll just say it again here. I stated in that video, with J.J. McCarthy leaving, it's leading me to believe that, yeah, Jim Harbaugh's gone. The way I viewed J.J. McCarthy and Jim Harbaugh was like a father-son relationship. They have that tight-knit bond, and without J.J. McCarthy next year, Jim Harbaugh's not dumb. He knows they can't win a championship. Not going to happen, won't happen, and even with McCarthy, you probably won't win a championship again. You could have the best team in the nation. The chances of winning a college football championship are still very slim. And we'll get back to all that in just a second. But what's funny as well, yesterday I also stated I haven't talked about the Jim Harbaugh potentially leaving rumors just quite yet because I want to see it happen, okay? I want to see some serious, real deal reporters come out with the news. And I guess I've spoken into existence because it's official. Jim Harbaugh has an interview today with the Los Angeles Chargers. This isn't one of your random Twitter accounts tweeting this out. This isn't some online message board for Michigan. No, this is the real deal. ESPN's been reporting on it. Adam Schefter's reported on it. He's interviewing with them. And as where it stands right now, let me give you a percentage. From 0 to 100, I would say there's about a 95 to 96% chance that Jim Harbaugh leaves Michigan and goes to the NFL. And I'll explain why, because I think it's fairly simple. Jim Harbaugh has reached the pinnacle at the collegiate level. He can't get any higher. He won a championship. It doesn't matter how hard he works, what he does, he can't get any higher. But, and I have a really big but, here's the bad part about all this. Since he's reached the top, he can't go any higher. And this is common knowledge, and every coach will tell you this. It is much harder to remain at the top than to get to the top. It's already hard to get there, and it's one thing to get there, but staying there, you just don't see it a lot. And that's the reason why Nick Saban's the greatest of all time, because he didn't just win a couple championships. he remained at the top of the game. Nick Saban defined logic, and Jim Harbaugh knows Michigan, eventually, we don't know when, but eventually, they're going to get hit with those sanctions. And we also got to bring this up. Their most recent recruiting class was not good whatsoever. Put yourself in Harbaugh's shoes, because this is exactly what he's telling himself and thinking about. We have a terrible recruiting class coming in. I lost my star quarterback, lost your star running back. Granted, Donovan Edwards coming back, but you still lost Blake Corum, and you lost all your seniors. What made this Michigan team so good this year was how old they were. They were like veterans out there. But now they're losing that, and there's essentially no reason for Harbaugh to return. He did his job. He got him a championship. And I think he should look at what Saban did and take some advice from it. Saban went out on top. Saban didn't do what a lot of these pro athletes and even all-time great head coaches do. Ride it down until you can't do it no more and you struggle in your last 3 to 4 or 5 years. No. Saban didn't do that. He said, you know what? I had a good run. Let's end it here. I think Harbaugh should do the same thing, because if he stays at Michigan and they go 9-3, 8-4, it's going to taint his legacy somewhat. I'm not saying it's going to completely taint it, but you get what I'm saying. In the next 3 or 4 years, if he stays at Michigan and doesn't do so well, people are going to say, maybe that one championship was a fluke. Whereas if you just up and leave after a championship, they can't say anything. It'll just leave a big question mark. And then the conversation will be, I wonder if he would have stayed if he could have won 2 or 3 more. I just gave you the downsides of staying. Well, let's talk about the positives to leaving. You got to start off with this. If you know anything about Jim Harbaugh, you got to know he wants to win a Super Bowl. He has yet to do that, and it's at the top of his bucket list. And in the NFL currently, there are so many head coaching openings. It's insane, and there's good jobs available. I think the Los Angeles Charger job is good, and I also think he loved coaching Justin Herbert. The Seattle job, it's open. He could end up anywhere, man. You never know. I also saw some rumors stating that the Cowboys need him because they're going to fire Mike McCarthy, and we're not going to get into all of that. That's definitely an interesting debate, though. It doesn't matter how you look at this or put it. It makes so much sense for Harbaugh to leave. It does. I can't think of one logical reason as to why it makes sense he would stay at Michigan. Why? What do you gain by staying there? I'll leave it up to you guys. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think Harbaugh should do, and what would you do in this situation? Me personally, just due to the NCAA attacking me nonstop, I'm out. I'm leaving. And if I'm tired of the NCAA attacking Michigan, you can bet your best bet that Harbaugh's tired of it. And I feel extremely bad for Michigan fans, because right when you reach the top, right when you reach the pinnacle, it all starts crashing down. It sucks, but like we say on this channel, it is what it is. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just got tagged in this. It is being stated, quote unquote, for Jim Harbaugh on the Chargers, things are trending in the right direction. We are getting updates on this by the hour, and I would say if I had to give you a front runner, it is most definitely the Chargers. And I also just thought about this. Isn't Michigan offering him this big-time mega contract? So I wonder how that's going to go down. Very hectic time to say the least for Jim Harbaugh, but a good hectic, because no matter what he does, he's coming out on top. I know Michigan's going to try to throw him the bag, and I'll state this, you should be throwing him the bag. You need to pay this man every single penny because he's worth it. And you also got to take this into account. Michigan has made this clear. They are not going to be paying players like all these other big-time schools, and they can't keep up in the NIL department, which equates to you can't keep up in recruiting. There's many more things I could say. We'll end it off here. Let me know your thoughts down below. But